fifth graders, and welcome to episode 6 of Music Minutes with Mrs. Cash. We'll talk about the fun things we've got up for today, but first let's check in on Fred, the class nasturtium. Fred's looking pretty good. He's continuing to grow. He's starting to trail over the sides of the pot, which this type of nasturtium tends to do. His roommate is also growing pretty quickly. My sister suggested we can name him the roommate Barney. Let me know what you think about that. I'll let you figure out if why Fred and Barney would be appropriate names for a couple friends. So pretty soon Fred will start shooting out some flower buds. And next week, maybe I'll show you a picture of what those flowers will look like, because I'm not sure if we'll get to see him in bloom before the school is out for the summer. So there's Fred, doing real well. Up for today, we're going to learn that secret formula for major scales that I talked about last week. We'll do a little vocab recap, and that's about it. Couple surprises maybe, but a pretty short episode today. But first, how about that video last week? What'd you think of the video about musicals? Pretty interesting to hear how people can just break into song at any moment when they're walking along talking to each other or having breakfast. It's what I do at home. How about you? Some of my favorite classic musicals are South Pacific and The Music Man. There are current great musicals like Hamilton and Wicked. Sometimes musicals run on Broadway for many years because they're so popular. Do you have favorite musicals? If so, what are they? Up this week, we've got a video on instruments of the world. So I thought it might be nice to show you an instrument, a world instrument that I have around the house. It's called a Didgeridoo, and it's from Australia. Let me grab it just a second. This is a didgeridoo. They come in many different sizes. What they're made out of is a tree limb, and it's just a piece of wood that's hollowed out down the middle. This one's pretty heavy. Some of them are made out of lighter kinds of wood, but you play it by blowing into it, kind of like you would blow into a brass instrument. You need to buzz your lips. And there's actually a technique for playing the didgeridoo called circular breathing, which Mrs. Cash is not good at. Circular breathing is a technique where you actually can take air in and expel air at the same time using your nose and your mouth. It's a tricky thing. I've not mastered it. But here's what the didgeridoo sounds like. So you can make a nice long tone, or using your tongue, you can make the tone skip around. This is the didgeridoo from Australia. Hope you enjoy the video this week on Instruments of the World. You know what that means. Time for a lightning round. Let's see what's up this week. We've got some vocab words. We just learned this one last week, half step. Do you remember what a half step is? On the piano keyboard, it's from one note to its nearest neighbor. Could be from a white key to a black key, from a black key to a white key, or even a white key to a white key. Half step, from one note to its nearest neighbor. Let's see what's next. You knew it was coming, didn't you? Whole step. What's a whole step? This is back where musical terms kind of relate to math, half, whole. A whole step is just 2 half steps. We'll take a look a little bit later how those half steps and whole steps work together to create a major scale. Yo, Ian!
What's up?
How's a piano different than a fish?
I don't know.
You can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. Are you ready for that secret major scale formula? What it is a sequence of half steps and whole steps that makes up the scale, like when we sing solfege. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. It's a major scale made up of whole steps and half steps. The secret formula is whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. That means we start on a note, go up 2 whole steps and a half steps, then 3 whole steps, and finish with a half step. Let's take a look at the keyboard and see how that formula works starting on any note on the keyboard. Let's take a look at these major scales. Remember, the formula is whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. So 2 whole steps and a half step, and then 3 whole steps and a half step. Here's a C. Remember how to find C? 2 black keys. The white key to the left of the 2 black keys is a C. We're going to start on C. This is going to be a C major scale. It starts on the note C, and it's going to end on C. But here's what we need to do is to apply that major scale formula, that secret formula, to see what happens in between. So we start on C, we need a whole step. So we go up 2 half steps to the whole step. We need another whole step. Now we need a half step. There's no note between E and F, so we go right to F. We need another whole step, another whole step, another whole step, and we finish with a half step. No note between B and C. We get right there to the C at the top. Let's listen to that again. Here's our C. Whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. If we want to play that for real on the piano, not just with one finger, here's the fingering for that. Remember, you have finger numbers starting at thumb at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your thumb is 1. The fingering for a C major scale is start with your thumb, go up, stop at your middle finger. When you get your middle finger on E, you swing your thumb underneath to F, and then finish your fingers out. G, A, B, C. To come back down, you just come straight back down. C, stop with your thumb on F, swing your middle finger over the top this time, E, D, C. Watch that one more time. The reason we use specific fingering patterns is so we can play things smoothly and quicker. Let's take a look at major scales starting on a different note. How about we go to G? Let's start on a G. Using that same formula, here's what's going to happen. Up a whole step, up a whole step, up a half step, or no, there's no black key there. Another whole step, whole step. Oh, I need one more whole step. From E to F is a half step, so I need to go up to F sharp and finish on G with a half step. Now let's talk a little bit about how we know whether to call this note F sharp or G flat. Remember, it's the same note. Whether you're going up with the sharp or down with the flat, it's the same note. But when you're looking at a major scale, you need to remember your musical alphabet. G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That wasn't my major scale because I didn't apply my formula, but that's how the alphabet works. I want to be able to say each one of those letter names. So when I get to this F, I need some kind of F. It's an F sharp, G, but I still call it an F. I wouldn't want to call it G flat and then G, because my brain's going to have a harder time figuring that out. So that's what this scale looks like. It's the G scale with just one black key in it. If you have a keyboard at home, let's pick any note on the keyboard. Let's try this one. G sharp, A flat, whatever you want to call it. Apply your secret formula. Starting there, whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Lots of black keys in that one. Spend some time on a real keyboard or your paper keyboard and see if you can apply that major scale formula on a number of different notes. You now know the secret major scale formula. Have fun with it. Hey Ian.
Yo.
Why do pirates make such great singers?
I don't know.
They can hit the high seas. That was a good one. Well, I hope you had a great Memorial Day weekend and enjoyed that extra day off from your distance learning. I sure do miss hanging out with you guys. Hope to do it again soon. Bye-bye for now.
I can't bear the thought of a day without music.